I'm kind of scared. Alright. 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 First of all, I don't need my torch out right now, or do I? It's daytime. Hello, horsey. That politely waited for me all night because I never take you to a stable because I'm a bad person. Alright, because that's the murder house, not the other house. Right. Right you are. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, Heretic's testimony. I kind of want to have this like in a text document on my other screen or something. But I'm afraid to look up Heretic's testimony, Kingdom Come Deliverance, because I feel like I would just get answers instead of a transcript. It would be nice. Okay. I began my pilgrimage in Ushitz, a den of iniquity, where the people were drinking and fornicating, so I left the corrupt place at once. And at once I saw another abomination, a temple of the Bride of the Antichrist, with the proud Babylonian owner. I went past it towards the rising sun. So first thing that happens, they pass a Babylonian tower temple going east. Let's try to establish that part first. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I actually like quests like this generally. One of the things that was kind of captivating about Morrowind was like the first quest in the game, the quest to find Caius Cosades, is street directions. I'm going east from Ushitz. I'm not mistaking the town somehow, right? I'm not, but I am pretty south. Looking at the map and how it displays the center mass of Ushitz, I should probably be going north first and starting from that part. Because yes, I was down in my murder house because it's a bed I get to keep using, which is probably not applicable to being the starting point I should try. Surely this will be more interesting than the bird quest, right? Where you find some birds, and that's the quest. So now we're going east from Ushitz. That's clearly Ushitz right there. Let's go uphill a little bit. Can I spot a tower? Not from here. I also don't necessarily know if for sure that the tower is to the east. It's just that he went east when he passed the tower by going east. But I'm hoping that means that he was going east already, because there's no direction as to where it is otherwise. So that assumption seems hopeful, reliable, something. I mean, that's just a destroyed building. That's a tent. There are in fact shacks in this direction. That's about it. I'm a little curious about the tents. I'm gonna poke around real quick. Is that a dead something? Yes. Those are dead horses, right outside of Ushitz. More like oh shits at the moment, right? Because oh shit, there's some dead horses and burned down properties around here. Ooh. Ooh. Hello, usable arrows from the murder site that I'm gonna just take with me now. As, I mean, CSI is not a thing around here, right? So like, I'm not really liable for evidence tampering as much, perhaps. Are there laws about evidence tampering in this era at all? Do they think about it that much even? Oh, that horse's eyeball is a two-dimensional, like, it looks like a charcoal drawing. It looks like someone drew an eyeball on a horse. That's weird. That's weird. Your eyes look like eyes, right? Yeah. Yeah. The dead horses have like, it looks like somebody drew eyes onto a body. It's actually, it's actually kind of funny. Oh no. Why shoot the horses with arrows? Oh, that one has an eyeball. Why the other one, only the other one has a, maybe it was a temporary art they forgot to replace. So it's just like somebody drew like, drew an eyeball on the blank spot of the head. Huh. I don't see signs of humans. Either the attackers or the people who lived here or were camping here. They're just wiped out. I wonder if a quest will point me here at some point to give it context. Or I wonder if it has to do with the same, like the attacks that happen at the beginning of the game. I'm just gonna keep heading east. Let's stick to this road over here, perhaps. And I'm just gonna try to spot a tower. Might augment my brain power by googling Babylonian Tower for a visual. So I don't know what Babylonian Tower means necessarily, but I know what a tower is, and it's probably kind of self-explanatory at this point. Ah, they're cooking. Hello. How do you do? Oh, he's a quest giver. Might not be that interested in it, especially if it's fishing.
Good health to you.
Do you know anything about local brawlers?
Why do you ask?
I like a good punch-up myself, so I'm keen on meeting like-minded fellows.
Then you're in luck, because I'm in charge of all the fights here. You want to join in right now? Or have you any questions?
I want to fight.
Well, if you're as good as you are keen, it'll surely be interesting. But before the two of us start brawling, you have to beat the others.
Who are they? And where can I find them?
Lads from Ujits. Mash, Maple, and Ma. Joseph.
I don't think I'm gonna spend money on fist fighting. Well, I'm not gonna spend money on training fist fighting directly. How... I feel like nobody told me to go here, right? I think. Because I still have the same question the fisherman had, which is like, it's like, oh, why'd you ask me that? It's like, yeah, why did you ask him that, Henry? Why did you think he was a brawler? You were right, of course. But, what? Alright. Ooh, water. There's a lake. And at once I saw another abomination, a temple to the Bride of the Antichrist, with the proud Babylonian tower. When I left the village, I came across a crossroads, didn't know which way to go, so I fell on my knees and prayed, and the prayer was heard, for the finger of Christ rose from the ground and showed me the path. On I went, so follow the finger of Christ. Alright, let's check the map again. I mean, that's a tower. Did they mean the tower in town? Like they hadn't left yet when they were being baffled by the tower? Because here's the path east from the main town. So maybe I could go there and wonder if I can see the finger of Christ. Either way, I think I've kind of gone... I've taken a path that started from the east, but started going really northeast. So I think I'm pretty far off course. But hey, I found a fisherman that wants to punch me, but only after I punch all the other dudes. So there's that. Kind of... Did he make that? Whoa, you made that jump? I'm sorry, I gotta see this. Did we take down the fence? No, oh, there was like actually like a gap there. I was like, that jump looks impossible, but I'm just committing to it. But then it worked, and I was like, excuse me? I wouldn't expect to just randomly see a tower necessarily, because building something like that is so significant in this era. So it might just be referring to the church I was at already, like for the other quest. That's a tower. You can see it from all the way over here. Look at that tower. It felt like he was it felt like in the story perhaps that he was leaving already, and like he left and then saw a tower after leaving is what I thought. But maybe he meant he saw the tower on the way out, then continued to leave more. Either way, he went east. So here's the cross section. I mean the crossroads. What is the finger of God? What does the finger of God mean? He said that he prayed. I don't have a praying button. I have a waiting button. I don't think that would necessarily be a part of it. The den of iniquity where people were drinking and fornicating might be like the tavern, and then he left past the temple to the Bride of the Antichrist. I don't know what that means really, but there's a temple with a tower. Towards the rising sun has to be east. I left the village. I came across a crossroads, didn't know where to go, so I fell on my knees and prayed, and my prayer was heard, for the finger of Christ rose from the ground to show me the right path. On I went through the sinful land, and suddenly heard the sound of a thousand-headed crowd at work, and I saw their queen and their towers. I journeyed further on, and all at once a thousand-headed crowd, queen and towers. I think that's beehives. So if I can find hives, then I'm on the right path. I don't know what the finger of God means. The jaws of a behemoth. I don't know much about either of these paths, do I? Let's take the east path and see if I spot a beehive. I saw a beehive on a different path too, but that was up north more. The finger of God. I mean, there was a building on the right, but I don't think that's quite the same thing. Hi? Oh, sharp turn. This combines such a positive and a negative for me at the same time, which is, one, I'm like, yeah, interesting weird quest premise, let's figure this out. But then on the other side, I'm like, oh no. I am, notoriously bad with street directions, just like across the board, really. Well, that just brought me back down here. I never found a beehive. So you cross how I interact with street directions, with then dealing with like, wait. Right, that's the way I got turned around during the pause screen. You, take how I interact with street directions, then make them, like, pseudo-directions. And then we're really in trouble. I do think it means beehive. Like, did it say 2 towers? It's probably a beehive. The beehive would be towers, they have a queen. Could also be an anthill, but I don't think an anthill is as much of a landmark in this game, usually. We could also just, you know, not tortured him that way and gotten a reliable testimony. That would have been too hard, huh? What is this place? Stable? Yep. Or, I don't know. Looks like a manure storage, kind of. Fingers of God. There's so many roads coming out of the east, going in so many directions. Is that more blood? Is that another destroyed camp full of dead people or something? No, just empty. With a chest? With a dagger in it? Hmm. Excuse me. To talk about having a huge crowd, I wouldn't expect the huge crowd to be farmers. Or like actual people. There's not really large crowds ever in this game. Or this setting. The people density is not much of a thing. But we're off to a bad start here. Let's keep heading back. The main thing I have to go on is that I have found a beehive. Oh. So at the moment I'm thinking that maybe that beehive is the actual one mentioned in the story. Even though it's not where I think we're going. I mean, it's not where I thought we were going. Is that the beehives right there? Let's double check real quick. Honey. Neat. So that's the towers with the queens, right? What's the exact language? Thousand-headed crowd at work, and I saw their queen and their towers. Doesn't say 2 towers or anything, I just stuck to that. Okay. Then further on, there are the jaws of a behemoth. Not sure what that means. I'm just gonna see if I can backtrack to see what the tower, what the finger of God might have meant. That indicates that this is the right road. So I'm thinking what happens is that he says he starts in Uschitz and left immediately, but I think what actually happened is he started in maybe the bar, left immediately, saw the tower, left east, saw this crossroad right here, saw the finger of God which pointed him here, then he went past the bees up through here. But the story basically starts with him leaving Uschitz, so the idea that a page later he's still in Uschitz and hasn't actually left yet is like kind of confusing. And so I think that's where I'm off track here. Either that or there's a beehive somewhere else that oops. How did I get turned around again? Either that or there's a beehive that I haven't noticed somewhere, or I'm just completely wrong about the concept of the beehive being the answer. But the Babylonian tower being the church is the best I can think of. A shrine. I think the shrine is the finger of God because it's on the left side of the road. I was thinking a mountain, but there's not really mountains anywhere. I mean, the other side's full of shit. They're not great. We follow the road with the shrine on it. And we get to the bees. Good. Next step. I journeyed further on, and all at once there rose from the ground the jaws of the behemoth, and his broken teeth jutted up to the heavens like tombstones of the Moabites. So I went through the mouth of the beast, and by the road I saw the abode of the apostles Peter and Andrew. Oh God, what does that mean? I was hungry, so I took the fruits of their labors and filled my belly. The abode of apostles Peter and Andrew has food. Do Peter and Andrew have something to do with like a fruit tree of some kind? We keep going until the jaws of a beast come up. The behemoth. It could be the ruins. Because you go through the ruins. And that road sucks. It could be the ruins that jut up like tombstones. How it's the jaws of a behemoth is beyond me, kind of, but I mean, I'm going through it physically, and that it's on both sides of me. So that could be it. I hope. St. Peter and Andrew. Let's get to the plants and see if something stands out to me. Do they have anything to do with trees, perhaps? I mean, fish? Because there's a fisherman harbor right there. Seems like a bit of a dead end, the fish thing. Let's check the next step, just in case I accidentally spot the next step, because I go the right way on accident or something. So, he ate something. I left their house and saw 2 widows weeping and keening. I wept with them, and they let me sleep in their shadow. 2 widows. A weeping willow? Perhaps? I know what a weeping willow is. There's a weeping willow right there. Is there 2 of them? Oh, there's 2 back there. There's 1 here. Oh, falling through the bridge a little bit. There's a nest. They ate the fruit of their labors. Could have almost been like a nest. Oh.
You're dead.
Ah. Who the
You
fuck?
call that combat?
What the fuck is happening? No, stop that. I was stuck on something. Dick. Where are you?
Is that all you've got?
Fuck! Leave me alone.
Is that the...
Yes.
Ah!
You alright? You don't seem alright. Ah! Ow. Not good news. Oh, stop getting stuck on bridges. Why? God damn it. Why can't you walk across a bridge? That's, like, nonsensical. I achieved the perk sadist. Alright. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'll be a fucking sadist. Ambush me at fucking random. And just start ruining my nice clothes. Oh no, I broke his garbage. Yeah, those will be worth something. You asshole. My clothes fucked up already. Let's see, move that to the horse. That to the horse. I'm okay. 87%. It's not destroyed exactly. Just not psyched about it. You dick. I'm trying to go on a goddamn adventure, and you're just trying to murder me at random. Okay, why can't you cross bridges? Did they not play test their bridges? Look at this. He's like vibrating in place every time you cross the bridge. And then he just falls off. What? Climb? Can you climb? There we go. Oh, it's weird. Come on, man. Alright. Take a look at this place. This could be the 2 willows. That's a willow. That's a willow. I'm not totally sure what there might be more than 2 willows here. I'm not totally sure what the fruit of St. Peter means. No, I need to go to my inventory for the thing. I went further along the edge of the world and saw the ribs of the great Leviathan washed up by the sea. Then saw 2 bridges over the river Jordan, and the devil tempted me and tried to lure me to the one on the right. But I saw through his deception and went against his will. So there's 2 bridges and you take the left one. This is the river. Probably. And I think the bridges might have been what we were just... I was just screwing with back there. Am I on the wrong side of the road or something? Oh. Just got stuck. Was I supposed to be coming from that direction somehow? Maybe that's why I was off track. I'm pressing all the wrong D-pad buttons right now. Maybe I was supposed to go through the forest. Either way, it's really conspicuous that I have 2 bridges here, so it's probably in the right spot. Even if I've been wrong up until now somehow. So specifically... the devil tried to tempt him to the right, but he saw through his will. So he went left. They saw a gateway to the Garden of Paradise, abundant with foliage. It was guarded by men of straw. But they saw I was a good Christian and let me enter therein. So, scarecrows. And that was it. There's 2 bridges crossing the River Jordan. Take the left one to some scarecrows. And then maybe have to fast forward to nighttime, perhaps, when I get there. The density of raiders is, like, extreme in this place. It's getting to Witcher levels where I'm like, how does anyone survive in this world with with so many dangerous monsters every 5 feet? But in this game, it's like another dude wants to stab you to death. Without even, like... They don't even try to rob you, like, huh, we're gonna take your shit, surrender, or anything like that. You know, they just start hitting you immediately. And it's like, that's it? As there's no real warning. So I took the left one, and that might be the Guardians of Straw, perhaps? Those are sort of like Straw Guardians. Ugh. It's not impossible that this is the right spot, but I'm so not certain about anything I do right now. Let's see, let's do a save regardless. Scroll down nice and far to an old ass save. There we go. And wait till nighttime, I think. What's the rest say real quick? His last words uttered by the Heretic. Yeah, and then they argued about whether or not this was the way to go. No, it's not really... No, doesn't really go any further there. Men of Straw. Those aren't... They're not scarecrows, which would be an actual man of straw, but his other explanations of everything are so not reliable and not really accurate to what he was actually saying that I could see that being the men of straw regardless. If it's going to be a heretic meeting place, then I would expect to see them meet at nighttime, probably. I'm just going to see if that's how this turns out. I don't see anyone. Is there anything to be found around here? Apparently a dog nearby somewhere. The gates of paradise guarded by men of straw. There's more straw over here. Have I seen a scarecrow asset in this game before? Were scarecrows a thing yet? Or in this location? The entrance of paradise with dense foliage, guarded by men of straw.
It seems I found it.
Holy shit, I found it. I actually did something right in this process. While not being entirely consistent, perhaps. A wooden cross.
A cross. Nicely carved. Someone in the village might recognize it.
Wow. Wow. Now the question, with me being an asshole, perhaps, is can I find out who's doing it and warn them? Because I'm more inclined to want to warn them than give them up, because this guy's such a shithead. He tortures people. I don't want to side with the torturer necessarily. So I'm hoping there's like options involved in here, besides murder all the farmers in a drug-induced fugue state. And so we are returned once again back into town. Don't mind me, I've got a torch. That means you aren't going to arrest me. That's the entire judicial process. Anyway, it's very late. I'm gonna go right back down to Murder House, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, look for somebody who knows what the cross is, and also find food in the morning to deal with the fact that I will now be probably starving. Thankfully, there's just food lying around all over the place in this game. Just in the open. Infinite. I'm not too worried about that either. Oh, that was weird. What? I think I was getting stuck or something. Huh. Sleep. Sleep until 6 a.m. Then the adventure begins. And yes, it does occur to me that waiting until nighttime was probably pointless. It just needed to occur to me to go to the right spot and go find the cross, and that was it. But I thought I might find like a meeting in progress if I went at midnight, or nighttime. I mean, not midnight. Much like the witches from before. That was not the case. Alright, I've seen a cooking pot in this town, I believe. But I don't immediately remember where it was. Really, another thief? Don't you ever get bored thieving? I will run your ass down. Come here. Hey, you.
Jesus, look where you're going.
Look where you're going.
Slaughter you.
Oh yeah? You're gonna slaughter me? Alright. Kick his ass. Then he surrendered. Hey, it's you. I know you, I think. Or are you another copy of that dude?
Had enough?
Yeah, you got me. Look, it was only a few groschen.
I love how there's not even like a, oh please sir, I need to feed my starving daughter. Like they never really even come up with like an excuse for why they're stealing, which could be a lie for sure, but they don't even do that. They're just like, I was only stealing a little bit, and your options are keep it and run, be glad to end up worse, and you'll die for that. So literally kill him over it, or for no reason just decide he can keep it, even though he didn't even try to come up with a reason to justify himself, or, you know, the only reasonable option ever, basically.
No excuses. Hand it over.
Here.
You got the thrashing you deserved. I hope you've learned your lesson.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going? We haven't resolved this.
You really let him go? Just like that? And did you get the loot back?
I did. I have it here.
Thank you. That thieving magpie. You can't trust anyone these days. And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
Have you considered not letting the same guy steal from you every single day? Because it seems like that's what's happening. But I don't know if the game wants me to think it's the same people every single day, but I do think it's the same people every day. Just the same guy keeps stealing from him like 8 groschen over and over again, which is such a minor sum. Like not even, it's almost not worth even tracking him down at the rate that it's been happening at. How we doing stat-wise? Nourishment's gonna pass below half. My energy bad too? It is. Might have considered sleeping longer. I just often get away with not sleeping quite as far, perhaps. Ah, the vicar. I'd prefer not to talk to him immediately about the cross. But hey, we could walk here into town.